All right, I have Iowa and Western Michigan. Western Michigan coming to Iowa. I was financially invested in this game in the form of a fourth leg of a parlay that did not hit. So I'm pretty pissed off at Iowa right now. I'm going to just get this shit out of the way right now. Excuse my French. Why are we throwing with less than a minute to go? I don't care who's in the game. I kept seeing on Twitter, everyone was like, it's the backups. They're getting their reps. You're up by
Yeah,
24 with a minute to go. And like I said, I was financially invested. If I was on the other end of it, I would have been jacked. I would have been like, good job, guys. Way to score that
yeah.
touchdown at the end. But Iowa wins 41-10. Once again, this is just like the Wisconsin game for me with Georgia Southern. That score is not the indication of how close this game was.
Yeah.
Western Michigan was winning most of the first half. And it goes back to kind of what you said about just not having the guys. They didn't have the horses, no pun intended, for Western to keep up with them in the second half. At halftime, let me make sure I get these notes right. I had Iowa. They scored right before halftime. That's what put them up 14-10, and that's how they started the second half. Let's see. I said that we talked about this on our big bet episode on Friday as well. Is Cade McNamara really helping this offense at all compared to last year? It just feels like they're doing the same stuff they were doing last year. The breakout guy or the star of this game, he's not really breakout because I've been watching him now for a while, but LaShawn Williams, 12 carries, 145 on the ground. I'll just say that I think Iowa's defense has some problems. They're not the best defense in the world, but as we were saying, in the Big Ten West, they might be good enough to get stops against the offenses that they're playing against. Case in point, this Western Michigan game, they were right in the game, but then they just started making a couple of mistakes. And the way that the style of play for Iowa just kind of put them to sleep in the second half. So Iowa pulls away. They cover, the over goes, everything misses for me. And like I said, Iowa 41-10. What do you think about Iowa this year?
I think I'm a little bit higher on them than you are. I think that their defense is very, very good. I think Phil Parker knows how to put a defense together. Do I think they're the defense that they were last year? No, but I also think their offense is a little more improved than they were last year. I
Is
totally get
it
what you're
though?
saying.
Is it?
Well, the thing that I think is different is I do think that Cade McNamara has a level of leadership to him.
Okay.
I last year I watched Iowa and I saw Spencer Petras. The dude had no
Oh,
had
yeah.
no leadership to him. I don't want to say he didn't have any juice. That seems like a personal attack, but he wasn't that fiery guy you kind of needed. And I don't think Cade is the most fiery guy either, but he's not afraid to get with his teammates. He's not afraid to kind of fire him up and try to do what he can. I mean, it's hard to fire a team up when you're not scoring very many points, but I feel like he has a bit more of that leadership that will come out in kind of some of the closer games that maybe you didn't get to see from Spencer Petras. So, well, yes, from a yardage standpoint and from like a stat standpoint, I don't think it's really changed. I do think if Iowa finds themselves, in a one score game with 3 minutes left and Cade McNamara has the ball, I'm not saying he's going to drive 90 yards, but I do think that he's going to get the team up to the 40-yard line so that way they can, let Iowa's punter cook.
And let me tell you something. They will be in a one-score game with 3 minutes left, probably more than one time still this year. I
Oh
think that
yeah, for
that's
sure.
not a bold prediction.
For
Just the way
sure.
they
Yeah.
play, man. I just feel
Well,
like they're just, I don't know. I feel
it's
like
the Big Ten West.
I'm watching this game. I'm looking at Kurt and I'm like, does he like this? I think he
Yeah.
likes being close.
Yeah.
Like, I think he thrives in that. He's like, all right, if we blow him out in the first half, like, everyone's going to leave. So, like, let's
Yeah.
just keep it close, and then we'll try to put it on him in the second half, and then everyone can go
Yeah.
home happy.
Dude, you
I
got to
don't know.
keep the fans invested. He doesn't want to be like Illinois or somebody else with all their fans. I'm not trying to dog Illinois here. I just saw a picture of all their fans leaving at halftime. Or IU or somebody. He wants to keep the fans there. Let them see something the whole game.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I just didn't get it. But
Yeah.
like I said, it felt like, and maybe Iowa was just kind of playing with their food a little bit, but, like, it felt like they were a little bit closer than what that final score was.